And men of the Nigerian Army 6th Division have rescued 10 foreigners held hostage by some unknown gunmen. At the news briefing in Port Harcourt, the commanding officer, 29 Battalion in Calabar, under the 6th Division, Port Harcourt, Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Yahaya, says 6 Chinese, 3 Indonesians, and a Gabonese were rescued from the hands of their abductors in the Tombia area of the state. He says the foreigners work with Sosipet Fishing Company and were kidnapped in the Gabon rivers before they were brought to Nigeria by their abductors.
As we are about to bring them out of the crates, they had issues and they are susceptible to kidnapping. So our men, the Notorious was under 6th Division in conjunction with local vigilante, we launched an operation to rescue them. Yes. According to our preliminary investigation, they operate a fishing trawler, which is registered in Gabon. It was in the process of conducting their fishing activity and they kidnapped.
And for more on this, we have Arise News analyst and Associate Professor ABIODUN ADENIYI with us in the studio. Good to have you.
Very well, welcome to Newsnight Nigeria. Prof, let's take it from the very massive victory of the Nigerian military on the dreaded Borno-Maiduguri-Damaturu highway, where we know several hundreds, if not thousands, of Nigerian passengers have been kidnapped and killed. And this comes, you know, as a very refreshing news, so to speak, that the Nigerian military has annihilated those Boko Harams who, you know, wanted to commit great havoc there.
That's right. I can't agree more with you, Christian. It's relieving. And of course, the Nigerian military, they deserve commendation for this feat, you know, and that's what we've always been saying, that they need to increase, you know, their efforts, you know, to deal with these nihilists, you know, who are vociferous, who are unrepentant, and for us to see our men showing this kind of courage, you know, they deserve absolute salute, but they have to be encouraged for that. Whatever it takes, you know, for them to continue with this tempo, with this momentum, should actually be deployed, you know, be used to continue with this tempo of success. And perhaps we should commend the new service chiefs. Perhaps that's what we're seeing now. And that's what we're talking about.
Just 24 hours after they were decorated to their new ranks, that must have gingered great motivation.
What a new rank means is actually increased sense of responsibility, increased transparency, and increased effectiveness, increased productivity as well. And if we are seeing it happening through the feat they achieved today, then we have to commend them and encourage them to do some more, so that it won't be a question of they are repealing the nihilists or the insurgents, as the case may be, but just total annihilation, so that we can have peace at the end of after 12 years of continuous disturbance.
Yes, I mean, Nigerians cannot agree more with you, even the Nigerian military, because sometimes they become wary. I remember when Arise News was in Konduga and Bama, then in 2014, the then headquarters of the Boko Haram insurgents, and some of the military officers said they get tired of shooting and shooting and shooting. But again, good news coming out from Oyo State, the dreaded and notorious kidnapper and bandit in Ibarakba community, Okeogun in Oyo State, is finally in police custody. But the police came out with a very curious statement saying he's a 75-year-old blind man.
How else it can happen in this system? You cannot, the police is the police, you know, they are the lead security agency when it comes to internal security. I think we have to give them the benefit of doubt and believe what they have just told us until we have any evidence to the contrary, you know. But again, it's another welcome development. You know, we are seeing the rise of non-state actors. We are seeing people, you know, taking advantage of us, and we are also seeing people other than state agencies coming to say that they want to rescue us from these disturbances. And if We are seeing the police coming in, living up to expectation through the assistance of OPC or some other persons as well. I think that's very relieving as well. But again, what happens after the arrest, you know? Will the criminal justice process be properly activated so that it will be seen as any kind of discrimination or any kind of you know, some kind of unexpected punishments that could lead to some misunderstanding. You know, the criminal justice process should be salutary. You know, it should be speak and span. Nothing else should be introduced into it. It shouldn't be politicized so that it will lead to misunderstanding, because our system is very fragile. Our ethnicity, you know, stares us in the face oftentimes, many of the times, and our difference also can be very disturbing. Sometimes, you know, even when we try to ventilate, we see that, you know, sometimes we get to the cliff, and somehow there's an X factor that keeps rescuing us. But again, we cannot be taking chances too far. Yeah, we need to be conscious of our own actions as well. And what is the action that we need to take in this circumstance? He's been arrested. Let the criminal justice process, you know, take its course, as the case could be. But if it's going to take its course, there are other instances as well where it has to be activated. It shouldn't just be in the case of these Wakil man. You know, there are so many of them across the country. So what is good for the goose should be good for the gander, so that there won't be a misinterpretation. Because we are subject to all kinds of, we see it around. If we take a sample of all the stories that break in a week now, 8 out of every 10 is insecurity or relates to insecurity. And this is, of course, not good for economic and political stability.
Prof, if I may just ask to what you've just said, we've seen a joint action in this particular case, you know, of the people. So should we expect more of, you know, community intervention in cases like this to be able to root out, you know, criminal elements in different communities, as we've seen it recently, like you mentioned there?
Well, I think in government and governance process, you know, we do not have to rely essentially on the institutions. Sometimes we need individuals to support the institutions, especially when the institutions are weak, like in our case. So there's a dialectical connection between the two, even though the institutions take primacy over the individuals. So we're talking about multifaceted cooperation between individuals and corporation and institutions. And if we are seeing it yields good results, why not? So it's a welcome development, you know, and of course we've seen it happen in the last couple of days where there have been increased rapprochement among stakeholders, individuals, you know, religious groups, political groups across the country, governors, you know, prominent politicians are coming to say they are working for the peace, you know, for working for harmony. Good development, no doubt. We have said it before, that peace is priceless, and whatever we can throw into the box to guarantee peace is welcomed.
Yeah, I mean, yes, indeed, that's what Nigeria really needs now, because for some people, they just say, oh, the country is at the precipice. But we know we've gotten to such zenith before, and everything just stalled. But let's look at a critical arm of the military here, carrying out several bombardments between the dreaded Beningwari and the rest, you know, Kaduna and Chikwa, you know, inter-border communities linking Kaduna State and Niger State. And the Air Force said they neutralized, that is killed, you know, several of those bandits and the rest. And I hope they do mop-up operation so that maybe sometimes Nigerians should even go and see these bodies, you know.
What do you want to see them for?
Just to be convinced.
I mean, but there's no reason why we should disbelieve agencies, particularly the military, because what else are they going to do now? What else are they doing now, if not attending to these disturbances? And of course, Kaduna has also been in the front line as much as Borno to a very large extent as well. And recently, there were the redeployment of personnel of the Air Force, and their primary responsibility is to operate from the air. In modern warfare, the Air Force is very critical. By the time they bomb, the land soldiers go and clear, you know. But I mean, these bandits are also very sophisticated. Of course, we still have an edge over them in terms of air power. So it's a welcome development if our Air Force, once more, they are rising to their responsibility, which they have been doing in the past anyway. But what we're saying is just that increase, you know, activity, you know, so that this section of criminals terrorizing us can be taken out as quickly as possible.
Well, that looks like the new mandate, the new security mandate given to the service chiefs, that they must bring this, you know, terrorism and banditry, the insecurity situation to an end.
That's right. Yeah.
Professor ABIODUN ADENIYI, Arise News Analyst and Development Communications Expert with Bayes University. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.